Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be going over my entire surgery experience with you guys. And I also did put a poll out on Instagram, and I did ask to see if you guys had any questions in regards to my surgery. So I will be answering all questions today in this video. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Natalia Briceño. I normally film makeup tutorials, but today, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. So one thing I do want to mention before I start filming, I am in no way, shape, or form trying to promote plastic surgery to anyone. This is just basically my experience and what I went through, so this is more for educational purposes. So if you guys are against plastic surgery, I am going to ask you kindly to please exit this video, just because there is people out there that they would like to know more about plastic surgery, and we just want to keep it super positive. So as you guys can see, guys, I am standing up for this video just because I cannot sit directly on my butt per doctor's orders for about 8 weeks. So I think that's like the worstest thing I have to go through with this entire experience, is not being able to directly sit on my butt. So if you're ready, I'm ready, so let's go ahead and get on with this video. So as many of you guys know, I did go to Tijuana, Mexico to get my surgery. So the reason why I decided to go there is because I've heard that in Mexico, they go beyond your expectations. I know here in the United States, from what I've read, that there's only a certain amount of fat that they can transfer onto your butt. So I kind of wanted to go a little bit overboard on my body. So that's the reason why I decided to go to Mexico. So many of you guys are asking, what doctor did I go to in Tijuana? So his name is Dr. Salvador Pantoja, and he is board certified, and he's been doing surgeries for over 20 years. So he's super skilled at what he does. So I felt very safe, and I felt like I had made the right decision with him. And he also had really great reviews. So my surgery day was on May 10th, which fell on a Monday. So my friend and I, we actually took a flight on Sunday, and we flew to San Diego. And we had someone pick us up there. So there's this person that picks you up. He's actually a transportation person, and they're highly recommended from the doctor's office. So they picked us up from the airport, dropped us off to our hotel, and vice versa. He also picked us up from the hotel when we were ready, and then he dropped us back off to the airport. So it's very convenient.
No está lejos, ¿verdad?
No.
Sí, como 40 minutos, una hora.
Una hora. Nomás que se me rentaron los oídos y ay, me da bien feo.
Es lo que pasa, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Sí, pues está arriba.
Y no sentí nada, casi ya como ya bajando, me comenzaron a tomar muy feo.
So a la regresada para atrás necesitamos un medical pass para salir más pronto de Tijuana.
¿Sabe qué? No sirve ya el médico, sí sirve, ¿me entiendes? Pero no hay línea especial para la médica.
¿Oh, no?
Y están haciendo mucho tiempo.
Oh.
Están haciendo 3 horas, 2 horas. Y yo mejor te recomiendo si te lo venden, no lo compres.
Ok.
¿Cuándo te regresas?
Para el miércoles, ¿right? Ya miércoles.
Miércoles. ¿A qué hora es tu vuelo?
Es a la 1.
Ah, sí. No lo compres. Te podemos recoger como a las 9, 8, 9. Tomamos la Ready Lane.
Okay.
Ahorita hice 1 hora y media para
¿Oh, sí?
cruzar. Y está larguísima la línea.
So es mejor siempre en la mañana, ¿verdad?
Sí, en la mañana.
¿Es that TJ okay?
Ya.
Nos van a dar Hotel Lucerna, ¿verdad?
Sí.
¿No se han quedado ahí?
No.
Está bonito.
¿Aquí ya es Tijuana?
Sí, ya estamos en Tijuana.
Oh, okay.
Cuando cruzamos la área que está luz verde,
Ajá.
y entramos a Tijuana.
Oh, okay. So when I got to TJ, of course, it was like so different from here, and I was just like kind of shocked that I was actually there because I never thought that I was actually going to go through with surgery. But my friend, the one that went with me, she just assured me that everything would be okay, you know, and everything was going to be fine and to not worry. You know, I'm going to a good doctor. So she was like super supportive, and I'm so glad that she went with me. So Monday came, and on that day I woke up and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm really gonna get surgery today. Like, oh my god, I hope I don't die. Like, just like a whole bunch of stuff came like to my head like all of a sudden, and you know, I was like super nervous. And good morning, guys. It's 6 in the morning. We just woke up. It's almost that time. Hey, good morning, Lucy.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I'm feeling a little nervous. We'll see how it goes. We have to be there by 7:30. So, just feeling a little anxious, a little nauseous. So the surgery place is about 3 blocks away from here, so we're gonna go walk over there. I'm feeling a little nervous now, but I'm already here, so we can back down now. We're finally leaving, guys, but that girl over there, she is taking forever, and I'm gonna be late.
You start walking, you don't need my legs.
She's a bitch.
I was gonna bring your backpack because I was like, oh man, but I was like, fuck this, I paid for this bag.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
They charged me 14 pesos.
My God, I'm nervous.
You're right.
I'm nervous.
You're right, don't think about it. By the time you know, you'll be waking up like, oh shit, I'm dead. That was fast. Get my phone number, so if you guys need anything, you guys can call me. At least I mean, what can I help you with? But
Yeah.
something. Oh, yes. Vamos a caminar.
So it's the other way. I think we just go straight all the way back, huh? Yeah.
Right now, look at the weather right now, and then later on, it's like hot. Ya subimos hoy la Nati como fue, íbamos a la nieve. Nati, make sure we don't forget to give them my phone number at the thing.
Oh, okay.
So they can call me, and then I can call get their number so they can go too. You can call me when you get out.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So, guys, our hotel is right there, and the clinic is right there. Right? It's right there.
That white building?
Yeah, it's right across the street.
Oh no, it's behind it.
Well, whatever. Well, there's a
Behind
street.
it, like I'm behind your butt.
Well, there's a street, and then you just cross. So is it right across the street?
Nothing.
Fuck no.
Come on, before and after. You're no fun.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know which floor you're going to.
¿Tenemos más?
¿Qué se llama? Beautiful hospital o algo así?
Sí.
Es 4th floor.
¿Fourth?
A veces se ve muy beautiful.
Es el cuarto piso.
He said that's the doctor right there, you guys.
When I see Dr. Pantoja, I'm gonna be really starstruck.
You guys coming in? We're gonna wait.
Oh, no, we're at penthouse actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness, the penthouse. Excuse me. How come you didn't get the penthouse at the Lucerna?
Yeah, right, penthouse level first.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're here. Hey, but I think it's too early. Yeah, they open at 7:30.
Yeah, we have it.
Oh.
Good morning. Sorry, we're early.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, look, I have that mirror in my bathroom.
Which one?
That gray one.
Oh.
Let's see. Look at record my Louis Vuitton bag.
So as I'm getting there, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm really here. Like this shit's, about to happen right now. So I get there, I check in, and the receptionist tells me that I have to have 3 consultations. So the first one is, of course, they have to check your blood. So you have to do blood work. And then there's a doctor in there that he asks you a whole bunch of questions in regards to your health. So, and then I went back to the waiting room, and then the cardiologist called me in. So they hook you up like to this machine. They put like a whole bunch of different stuff on your body. So like different hooks. Everything checked out really good with that. And the final consultation was with Dr. Pantoja. So when he took me to his office, I just kept staring at him like, oh my God, you're really him. Like, you're really Dr. Pantoja. Like, I got super starstruck. It was so weird. So then he asked me a few questions, and mind you guys, he's asking me questions and like it's going in one ear and out the other, and I just kept like, oh my God, like you're really gonna do my surgery today. Like I was just like so nervous, I guess. So then afterwards, he started marking me up. So he took off my shirt, he took off like my pants, so I was literally like naked in front of him, and he started marking me up to see where he's gonna go ahead and do the lipo. So the lipo, he actually took fat from my arms. He took fat from my entire back, my entire stomach area, and my inner thighs. I also added chin lipo, so he also lipoed my chin. And as you guys can see, it's still a little swollen. Like, it's super, super swollen right now. But mind you guys, I'm only 2 weeks post-op. So, I actually have to be wearing the band. There's like a band that goes over my head, which I'll show you guys later on in the video. So then after he was done marking me up, he asked me, he goes, do you have a few questions? And before I got to his office, I had so many questions. I swear it was just like I'm going to ask him this. And I literally told him no. And then I just stepped out of his office, and then, I pretty much waited until they were ready to, place me in my room. So when I got to the room, they had me put on a gown. They had me put some compression socks on. They hooked me up to an IV, so it was actually pretty fast. So then afterwards, they told me that I had to wait about 20 minutes for them to actually, put me in another room so they can go ahead and perform the surgery. So they already marked me. Lucy's doing my hair. Thank you, Lucy. Are you nervous for me?
No, I'm excited for you. And dressing. She's gonna put on her gown.
I sent my underwears and everything.
I won't show your chonies. This is her room. Surgery bed. Her gown. Don't look at it.
Shut up.
Eva Lamorte comments, oh my God, please something. And she's praying for you.
Oh.
Emma something?
Keep your hand closed.
I was gonna be on the side? Oh shit.
Sometimes it's comfortable better right there than like right here.
It's just an IV, just like the regular
It's a little catheter.
medication?
Well, right now, this one, it is the antibiotic, and then we're going to put the, more medication for the pain, for the nausea and everything. Your antibiotic.
I hope I don't pass out.
And open and close.
Just leave it closed?
Oh, open and close again.
Open. Nice. gonna hurt.
Don't look at it. Just turn away. That's how I have to do it. You'll be alright. Big girls don't cry, remember?
I'm about to cry.
Turn around that way. Just relax.
Keep your hand closed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't move.
Huge pinch over here.
Oh,
Don't move nothing.
oh
Don't move
my
your
God.
hand. You put me out of the vein.
Yeah, don't move.
Okay.
Don't open your hand, okay?
Okay.
Relax your hand a little bit.
Oh my God, that hurts.
There you go.
The needle's out already. It's just
What's
the
out?
yeah, it's just the catheter.
Okay.
Just the plastic
Yeah.
over the vein.
Okay.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
There's no needle now. She took it out like really fast.
Okay.
I know my poor baby has her thing. But she was such a big girl.
Do you know when they're actually gonna perform the surgery?
You need to wait like an hour because they are on the first one, the first surgery.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be the second one. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So I will let you know when it's ready. Mhm.
Okay.
You're welcome. Hold me with this white button just in case if this bottle is finished, so I can change it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so nice.
Thanks. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Ya no
There
me
you go.
duele.
Call me, okay? If you need something.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just kidding.
Okay, guys. So I'm next. I think they said it was gonna be like 15 more minutes. So I seen the cardiologist. They did blood work and everything checked out really good. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, I'm in my gown. But I'm so nervous. Oh my God, I've never had surgery before. So we'll see how this goes. So when they were ready for me, to take me to the surgery room, I actually told the nurse, like, hey, I need to talk to Dr. Pantoja. I have some questions. So that's when I asked them, like, hey, I want some hips. I want a bigger projection on my butt. Like, I told them, like, everything, that I should have told them in the beginning. So just everything came to my mind because I'm like, shit, I better tell him now before, he starts doing his thing and then I'm not happy with my results. So at this point, I'm walking into the surgery room, which is right across from my recovery room. So I'm walking and then they open the door and I see like it's so like, it's not dark, but it's just so gray in there. Like it just looks dark. So then I see this big old table where I'm supposed to lay down. So I go on the table. There's 2 guy nurses and 1 lady nurse. And, they started tying me up. So my arms were tied up. My legs were tied up. Then she put some medication on my IV. And I swear, guys, I was completely out. I don't remember anything. So my surgery was about 4 hours long. The reason why it took a little bit longer because my doctor did do what's called liposcultura. So basically what that is that he takes more fat from like my boob area, and everywhere else. And that's just kind of like to shape your body. So yeah, I'm happy that he did that because I'm like loving the shape, that he created on my body. So when they were done with my surgery, all I remember hearing is my friend scream my name. She goes, Nati. And I remember when I heard my name, I like woke up and I'm like, oh my God, like what just happened? So when I woke up, literally my whole body started shaking. Like I was so cold and I was like, my body was in shock. I was just shaking and I couldn't stop shaking. So I guess, the nurses, my friend, everybody got scared and they were like, tapala, like cover her, and turn on the heater. So I remember feeling like really warm, and then slowly but surely, like my body was, getting back to normal because it was like literally in shock. So then I was laid on my stomach, and I just remember, guys, I was in so much pain. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I was just in so much pain. I was uncomfortable. I can feel like my stomach area wet, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm bleeding, or something's happening because it's like super super wet. And to be honest with you guys, at this point I was like so scared, and in my mind I'm like, oh my god, like what the heck did I get myself into?
How do you feel, Nafi? Pain. Oh, it's normal. But when you have that big old booty, you're gonna be like, what pain?
And then I also remember, as I'm waking up, like my mouth was so dry. I had no saliva in my mouth, guys. Like I was just like I couldn't even really breathe because it was so dry. So I had asked the nurse, like, I need water. I was like literally begging for water. And she was like, no, I can't give you water because you're going to end up throwing up. And I'm like, give me water, give me water. Like I kept screaming, like, I want water because it was so uncomfortable. Like I did not have no saliva. Like it was just dry. My mouth was completely dry. So then my friend asks her, could you guys just give her like something wet, like so she can pat on her lips. So they gave me this gauze, and I remember like patting my lips, and I even put the gauze in my mouth to try to like, put some moisture inside my mouth because it was so dry. I was just, I was like, oh my god. So when I woke up, I was like completely naked. I didn't have no faja on or anything. So they actually put the faja on the next day. So it was already about like 4 o'clock when I woke up. So the next day around 9 a.m. they came in and they placed the faja on me. So as I'm getting up, so that way they can place the faja on me, I remember I had 2 drains on my stomach area, and one of the drains kept on draining out blood. And I was so scared. I looked at the nurse like, oh shit, like I'm bleeding to death. And she goes, oh no, no, don't worry, it's not blood. It's like, I guess the liquid that comes out from the lipo and blood mixed together, and it looks like it's blood. Just imagining opening up a faucet of water and you know how it just comes out. That's exactly what was happening to me. But guys, I swear that was blood. Like it was so red. And I remember as I'm getting up, like it's coming out. So then a couple of hours pass by, and then Dr. Pantoja comes in. And he tells me, how am I doing? And he tells me that he heard that I'm a beauty influencer. And I told him, yeah, I am. I do makeup. And, we just started talking and stuff. And he was just telling me, like, oh, I'm glad that I know now instead of before the surgery, because I would have been super nervous doing your surgery. And I'm like, okay. But he was so nice, guys. Like, I swear, I'm so glad that I picked Dr. Pantoja because, he was just like genuinely, like, he cares. Like, you can just feel it. His staff is great. Like, I was just so happy with, like, everything. Then he tells me, if I can stand up. And I told him, yeah, I can stand up, but it just, like, really hurts when I stand. So then I'm standing up, and all of a sudden, guys, because I'm such a chillona, like I just started crying. And he goes like, what? Like, what's going on? I tell him, I don't know. I'm just in so much pain, and I'm just, I just feel dizzy. And, I kept just telling him, how I felt. And then he goes, okay, you can, lay back again. I guess he just wanted to see if I can stand and if, how I felt. So I did feel like really dizzy. Then I laid back on the bed, and he tells me that my hemoglobin went down super low. And I was so scared because, that's something that I was trying to avoid, is getting a blood transfusion. So he told me that he did not want to release me until, I was feeling better. So then he did suggest for me to get a blood transfusion. And I told him, like, no, I don't want to get a blood transfusion. I hear bad things about the blood transfusion. Like, I just don't want to do it. Then he assured me that it was completely safe. They do check the blood and everything, before the actual person donates the blood. So he made me feel okay about it. And because my hemoglobin went down super low, I had to get 2 bags of blood. So I was just, like, so nervous about that. But then after I received the blood transfusion, I did start feeling a little bit better. I mean, not completely, because the pain was just there. So even though they kept giving me pain medication, the pain is just there. Like, it doesn't go away. And one thing I did forget to mention, guys, is that they do place a catheter. So that avoids for you, getting up and going to the restroom because, like I said, you're in so much pain, you just barely even want to move. So they're giving you so much liquid inside of the IV, and I'm pretty sure that I would have got up 10 times to go to the restroom. So I'm glad that they did that, and that avoided me to get up. So normally at Dr. Pantoja's office, if you do stay an extra day, the charge is $180. But Dr. Pantoja, he did not charge me nothing whatsoever to stay an extra day. His main concern was for me to be, healthy enough to go home. So I'm very grateful that he did that for me, and that just made me feel dang, he just wants me to get better, and, he doesn't want nothing to happen. So that really spoke highly about him, that his main concern was for me to get better. So my surgery was Monday, so I ended up leaving Dr. Pantoja's Wednesday morning because I did schedule our flight to be on Wednesday. So the transportation person had already picked up my friend from the hotel, and then from the hotel, they came to pick me up as well. So the drive back to the airport, guys, it was horrific. It was so bad. I was in so much pain, and I had to sit down. So luckily I had my BBL pillow, so I was sitting on the BBL pillow, but even then, guys, it was just so uncomfortable. So then we get to the airport, and we're ready to go, and they have a wheelchair for me. So I'm glad that they put me in a wheelchair because I couldn't really walk. Everything just hurted. I had lipo, the inner thighs. So I was just aching on my thighs, my arms were aching, my whole body was aching. So the flight was about an hour long, and right when we hit Sacramento, I was so happy, dang, I'm finally home. So of course I live in Stockton, so Stockton is about 40 minutes away. And so I get home, and I lay down and I take my pain medication, and I'm just I just feel so relieved to be home. So when I get home, the first thing I want to do is shower. I'm the type of person that I shower every day, sometimes twice a day. I just love to be clean. And I hadn't showered Monday, Tuesday, and of course that Wednesday. So I'm taking off my faja, and I tell my daughter, to help me, take it off, and I'm just slowly taking it off. And that was the biggest mistake I ever did. Because the first rule about, bathing and taking off your faja is that you at least have to sit for about 15 to 20 minutes because you will get lightheaded. And I didn't know, I was new to all of this. So I'm quickly taking it off, and, I'm telling my daughter, to help me. And I literally almost fainted in the shower. I felt my whole blood, it was horrific. I lost my hearing for a moment, and I'm oh shit, I'm really gonna either die or I'm going to hit the floor right now. So then my daughter tells me to calm down, and I'm calming down, and I'm trying to breathe slow. She even brought a little cotton ball of alcohol, so I'm breathing the alcohol. So that was a huge mistake, guys. Please do not do that. Before you guys take off your faja, if you're freshly out of surgery, you want to wait at least 15 to 20 minutes. That was the worst experience ever, coming back home. So then I shower, I lay down for a little while, and I felt, of course, much better because I was nice and clean. Of course, the drains, I had 2 drains in the front and 1 in the back, right in the middle of the beginning of my butt area. And they were still very uncomfortable, and of course I had all my stitches, and just, everything was uncomfortable when I laid down. But I took my pain medication, so that made me feel a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. So then I was just resting and, recuperating from there. So the next day I want to take a shower again, and I did sit down for about maybe 10 minutes, and I took off my faja and everything, and again I was gonna faint. And I'm oh my god, can this get any worse? So that was my experience, guys, with Dr. Pantoja. Like I said, I highly recommend this doctor. He has great reviews. He treated me very, very well. And if I ever decide to get another surgery, it will definitely be with Dr. Pantoja. Okay guys, so on this part I am going to be using my phone because I have all of your guys' questions, so I'm going to be answering them one at a time. So the first question is, I'm happy you're doing better. Thank you very much. What was the scariest moment? So I think the scariest moment throughout my entire surgery is the fact that I had to get, 2 blood transfusions. That was like the scariest thing for me because I was trying to avoid that. Me trying to avoid that was the fact that, I was taking my iron pills and everything. I wanted to make sure my hemoglobin was way up there before I even started the surgery. But because he took out so much fat, so that was kind of like, I started losing blood. So that's something that I couldn't control, but it is what it is. Okay, so the next question is, how can I prepare for surgery? What will I need for aftercare? For aftercare, you definitely need to have someone with you at all times. You cannot do anything at all, and I mean nothing at all. You need to have someone help you shower. Even like when you go to the bathroom, you have to make sure someone is there to help you. Like literally my daughter had to wipe my butt. Like it's so embarrassing to even say it, but it's the truth. You cannot do anything at all. You cannot pick anything up from the floor. You can't do anything. So as far as that part, you definitely need someone there at all times with you, at least for 2 weeks. I will be letting you guys know about all the other stuff that you guys need for aftercare as far as like what things to buy in another video. Okay, so next question. Did the chin reduction hurt? I want to get it, but I'm thinking Kybella first. Honestly, the chin part didn't hurt at all. Like right now, I feel like it's super numb, like to the touch. It doesn't hurt, but it's really, really numb and it's swollen. So I haven't really seen a difference from before and after. And maybe that's just because I'm 2 weeks post-op. The doctor said that I'll start seeing results about 4 weeks. Okay, so next question. Did you feel safe under Pantoja's care? I have surgery with him next week and I'm scared. Don't be scared. You're definitely in great hands. His staff is wonderful. They help me throughout everything. They give you like this little buzzer thing that, whenever you need something, you just buzz it and like they're right there. So they don't have you wait or anything for them. Like they're literally right there. You want water, you want food, you want anything, they will bring it to you. And Dr. Pantoja, he actually checked on me about maybe 5 different times just to make sure that I was okay. So you're definitely in good hands. Okay, so next question. Just want to know if you feel satisfied with your results. As of right now, like I had mentioned, I'm only 2 weeks post-op, but I am pretty satisfied with my results right now. They said about maybe 6 months you'll start seeing like your final results, so I'm actually hoping that the way my body is now pretty much stays the way it is and I don't lose too much fat. So they say after a BBL you lose about 30 to 40% of fat. So I hope I don't lose too much. I'm following the rules to the T. I'm not sitting on my butt at all. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so next question. How long did you research the pros and cons? So actually, to be honest with you guys, I've been wanting a BBL like my whole life. But I started really looking into, a really good doctor for like the past 4 years. So I actually know someone that personally went with Dr. Pantoja and I started reading his reviews and everything and I'm like, okay, maybe he's the one that I should go to, and I'm so glad that I made that choice. Next one, what made you get your body done? So to be honest with you guys, I am a very active person. I love to work out, I love to eat right, but my body was not built the way I wanted it to. So it just seemed like every time that I would work out, I would lose a weight and I would be happy about it, but I didn't really have the curves. That's something that I know with exercise I would never get. Also, my body was more shaped like a square, and then I had like really deep hip dips. So that's something that I was not happy about. So that's what made me want to look into maybe getting surgery. And I was really scared because I knew that surgery could be pretty risky and dangerous, but I'm glad that I did it because now I'm feeling a little bit more confident about my body. Next question. How does anesthesia feel? I'm super scared. That's why I haven't started the process. With the anesthesia, you don't feel anything at all. I'm telling you, once the nurse put that medication into my IV, I was out. I didn't feel nothing. I know some people say that they wake up during the procedure. I did not wake up at all. Like, it was just a really good experience in regards to that because, you know, I didn't feel nothing at all. So I was pretty satisfied with just, you know, being out for the entire procedure. So mentally, I don't think I was prepared, to be honest with you guys. I just wanted to get the surgery, and I was thinking just, oh my God, I'm going to have a bigger butt, you know, and bigger hips. So now that I've gone through it, I feel like you guys definitely need to be mentally prepared of, you know, your body changes. You guys have to be just prepared with everything. A couple of days ago, I'm not even lying to you guys, like, my daughter was helping me to get out of the shower, and as she's putting up my faja, I just started crying. I was just crying uncontrollable, and I'm like, I shouldn't have got this done. I'm never gonna be back to normal. I was just going through it. I literally had like a mental breakdown with everything, with the pain, with not being able to do anything. Like, I'm such an active person that, you know, I couldn't even drive. Like, I was just going through it. So you guys definitely need to be prepared, mentally prepared for all of the stuff that you guys are going to go through, especially like the first week of surgery. It's not easy. Okay guys, so next question. Would you recommend a BBL to someone? I would definitely recommend you guys search up a really good doctor, first of all. That's like the main thing. If you're not happy with something, you know, I would always say, you know, change it. Like, you know, you would change your nails, you would change your hair color. Like, if you're not happy with something, of course, you know, you want to change it, but you want to be safe about it as well. Just highly recommend for you guys just to look up a really good doctor, and just don't go based on, you know, oh, he's cheaper, you know, I'm going to save more money. No. Even if you guys have to pay a little bit more for the surgery, just make sure that he's board certified, he knows what he's doing, or she. Just make sure overall that you guys are in really good hands. Alright, so next question. How's sleeping? Well, sleeping is very uncomfortable. I mean, naturally, I sleep on my stomach, so it's really easy for me just, you know, to lay down and sleep on my stomach. But being that the doctor had placed hips on me, I can't really sleep on the sides like they normally recommend. So I literally have to sleep flat. So I think it's very uncomfortable. Definitely, you know, take a pain medication before you go to sleep, because you would definitely feel every single inch of pain. Just make sure you guys have, you know, a lot of pillows, and make sure you guys, you know, once you guys find like a comfortable spot, just kind of stick to that. Yeah, so sleeping is super uncomfortable. Alright, so next question. Did the doctor give you a discount price for the procedure to advertise him? So absolutely not. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, he didn't even know I was a beauty vlogger until after the surgery. But yeah, my review for Dr. Pantoja is just completely me, you know, what I went through and everything. Because if I would have had a really bad experience with him or something, I would have definitely let you guys know about, you know, the truth about the doctor. Like I had mentioned, and I'll mention it again, you know, he's such a great doctor, so I'm glad that I went to him. Okay, so next question. Why didn't you decide to stay at a recovery home? Well, to be honest with you guys, I was just getting a BBL, so I figured, you know, I know a lot of people that have gotten BBLs and they stay at a hotel as opposed to a recovery home. So I wasn't getting a tummy tuck or anything like that, because if I was actually getting a tummy tuck, I would have felt safer to stay at a recovery home. But to me, I felt like my procedure was a little bit more simple. So that's why I decided not to stay at a recovery home. And I felt like being at home in my own environment, like that was going to make me feel a lot more better, you know, as opposed to being at a recovery home. So that was just completely my personal choice. But if you guys feel like you guys need to stay at a recovery home, or you guys don't have the help at home, you know, definitely look for a recovery home. That way they can give you the help that you guys need. Okay, so there is many more questions, but I think we are going to finish up with this question because I've been getting this question so much on Instagram. And the question is, how much did everything cost? So I actually wrote everything down as far as, you know, what I paid and everything. So the BBL procedure itself was $4,500, which is really cheap. They charged me $800 for my chin lipo. They charged $600 for the blood transfusion, and it's actually 2 bags, so it was $300 a bag. The hotel was $400. The flight was $250 to and from. The transportation person that picked us up was $120, so it's $60 to TJ and $60 back to the airport. $300 for fajas, so it was about $150 for 2 fajas, so you have to buy a stage 1 and a stage 2 faja. I paid $250 for my massages, which I'm currently getting now. So it's so she charged me 5 massages for $250, which is really cheap. So the massages can actually go up to like $800, so they're actually pretty expensive. And about $500 on aftercare stuff. So basically the aftercare stuff included, you know, like the lipo boards, the lipo foams, the BBL pillow. I also bought a special robe, some special clothing, you know, like comfortable clothing, and just little odds and ends that I would need, you know, after the surgery. So I added everything up, and just to kind of round it off for you guys, I paid about $8,000 for everything. So yes guys, I paid close to $8,000 for just everything all together. But it is way less expensive in Mexico as opposed to here in the States. Actually, in the States, I did get a consultation and a quote. And they were quoting me $23,000 for the BBL. And that only included the stomach lipo and the entire back lipo. That didn't include like the arms, the inner thighs, or like the outer part of the boobs. So I think with every additional area that you wanted lipoed, it would be like an extra like $1,000. So if I would have done it here, it would have been about like $28,000. Like it would have been like way more expensive. So that's another reason why I had it done in Mexico as well, because I feel like in Mexico they go like way beyond your expectations. Like they actually deliver your dream body over there in Mexico. I mean, that's just kind of speaking for myself. I know there's a lot of good doctors here in the States, but I think right here in the States, from what I've heard and what I've read, was that they are only allowed to place 800 to 900 cc on each, you know, butt cheek. And in Mexico, they place more fat. So believe it or not, guys, I did ask Dr. Pantoja how much fat he placed on each of my butt cheek. And he actually placed 1,800 cc, which is like the most you're able to place when performing a BBL. Which I was pretty surprised. I mean, I knew I was a little bit overweight, and but I didn't think he was going to take so much fat out. So I guess I was a fat girl. I'm glad that he put so much fat, because I know at the end of the day, you know, you tend to lose some fat after the healing. So I feel like within 6 months, I should see my final results, and I would be like completely happy with them. So this is the end of my video, guys. I am so happy that I was able to share my experience with you guys, and I was able to answer some of your guys' questions. So I am going to end this video with showing you guys what my body looks like right now. So like I said, I'm 2 weeks post-op, and I will be filming another video later on about maybe my 2-month mark, just to see where I'm at as far as like my healing and how I feel, and just kind of give you guys a little bit more update about my body. So thank you guys so very much for watching this video. I am going to be showing you guys my body in just a few minutes. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. So thank you guys so very much again. Until next time. So this is what my body looks like. And as you guys can see, I'm still a little swollen. But I'm so happy with my stomach area, my hips. So my stomach does look a little bit more bloated, just because I am wearing some lipo foams under my faja. So without the foams, you guys can see my stomach is super snatched. Again, I'm at my 2-week mark. And I also wanted to show you guys the faja that I'm wearing for my chin. So this is what I have to wear. So the doctor told me that I have to keep this on for about 4 weeks. So I've been leaving it on, and I just took it off right now just to film the video. So yeah guys, this is basically what it looks like.